Today in front of us we have a whole bunch of RC goodies priced under $25 that'll make the perfect gift or stocking stuffer this holiday season for that RC lover in your life. Let's check them out. The best part about this list, none of this stuff is on sale. It is this price all year round. Several of these items ship for free, and for the most part, these are all universal things that you can use on most scales and sizes of RC vehicles. First up on the list, we got the MXLR Elastic Tire Glue. Now this stuff is elastic, just like the name says. It's gonna stay super flexible and not crack. It is super strong, and it is filled in Germany. Mixler's been around for a while now. They're a race-inspired brand. Their stuff is seriously top-notch, and it's gonna come in at $8.99 on our website. I don't think any RC enthusiast is gonna be mad about getting a fresh bottle of tire glue, especially stuff this good. Seriously, if you're using another brand, give this a shot, you're gonna love it. Up next on the list is perhaps one of the coolest, if not the coolest tool we offer here at Naughty Boy RC. It is our shock shaft multi-tool. This thing does so many cool things. It has a ton of cool features, and it's gonna come in at $24.99, right under that $25 price point. Now this thing is absolutely loaded. Up front, you do have a tire punch that works absolutely great. And behind that, you do have holes for your shock shafts and your shock bodies. Behind that, you do have an eyelet punch and installer, so it makes shock rebuilding so easy. You're not sitting there fighting with a pair of pliers or pinching your fingers trying to get the eyelets into the rod ends of your shocks. And then you'll also notice some numbers down here. That's actually a screw ruler, and it has two sets of numbers, one for button head and one for flathead style RC screws. And then there's a whole bunch of other holes in this thing for good reason, and that's because this unit actually doubles as a solder jig. You can fit XT60, XT90, Dean's plugs, all kind of bullet and banana plugs in there, and you got that screw to clamp down so it's gonna hold it tight and make soldering a breeze. This is a great tool to slip into your pocket if you're out on the trail with a crawler or to your favorite bash spot. Even at race days on the track, you need to solder something, rebuild a shock, put something together real quick. This is a super convenient and trick tool to have, and again, it comes in right at that $25 price point. Now, one thing RC junkies can never get enough of is grease and oil, and boy oh boy do we have a lot and several different options for you. If you're a racer, you're always going to be rebuilding your shocks and diff, so it doesn't hurt to pick up some fresh diff and shock fluid. They're both going to be well under that $25 price point. And this Team Corrali deal is absolutely smoking. It's $7.99 for a 5-ounce bottle of shock oil. And just to put that in reference, here is the standard Team Associated diff and shock fluid bottle. Pretty significant size difference, and the Team Associated stuff is almost always more expensive. So why not save some money and get some more shock fluid? Definitely a lot better bang for your buck. Now, if you're a radio control lover and you're into nitro, or you know someone that is, they're going to need some after run oil. Do not store your nitro car with old fuel in it and risk it getting corrosion, especially if you keep it out in the garage or maybe in a storage locker and not inside at home. Definitely run some after run oil through it. Keep it lubricated, keep it fresh, so when spring comes back around and you take them back out of storage, they're ready to rip right from the get-go. Aside from the basic stuff, we do also have some really cool offerings from Mixler when it comes to oil and grease. They have two specialty oils for bearings and drive shaft and gears. They're both filled right in Germany. This is high quality stuff just like their tire glue. They also have a really nice O-ring and graphite grease, and these aren't the normal greases that are out there. They have a little bit different shade to them. They apply slightly different. This O-ring grease is absolutely amazing on shocks. If you thought your shocks were butter, try this, even smoother butter. And then their anti-wear grease is super thin. It's kind of the best of both worlds between running oil in those components and actual grease. It's kind of graphite-y, kind of lithium-y-ish, but either way, it is seriously some of the highest quality grease out there, and at only $9.99 for this guy, it is definitely worth a try. And the best part about the oil and grease is no matter what kind of RC car you have, they're all going to need that stuff at some point, and you can mix and match a couple different options under that $25 price point. Next up, we have another really trick tool that we offer, and it is our 17mm multi-wrench. This thing has your standard 17mm on there for 8th scale tires and wheels. Within the body, you do have two more screw measurement devices, both working for flat and button head screws like our shock shaft multi-tool. And if you notice the numbers and ridges along the main spine, that's because this is also a ride height gauge, and it's going to give you measurements from 16 to 32 millimeters. Now what takes this over the edge and makes it even more trick is going to be all these little notches around the ends. They're actually wrenches. You got everything from a 3, 4, 5, 5.5, 7, and 8 millimeter wrenches. These are great in a pinch, especially on cars that have nuts on the shock tower. You pull out your driver, that nut starts spinning. You have this on hand in your nitro pit box, whatever you may have, you stick it on the back, crank it off real fast. Now the next option for you guys is for all the racers out there, and it is tire prep. We actually have several RC tire preps under that $25 price point. And the cool part is it's not all the same or for the same surface. It's actually a little bit of a variety. Currently we stock 2 brands of tire prep, and the first is gonna be P-Hub. Now we have 2 options from P-Hub that fall under $25. The first one is going to be the Power Grip. It's the white bottle, and this is for carpet racing. And this stuff was made especially for the US GT class, so if you run that class or another similar one, you may want to check this stuff out. Not technically RC car related, but still very similar, the slot gripper. It's going to be the red bottle from P-Hub. This is for slot cars, getting them all hooked up nice and tacky. It works on both foam and rubber. Now switching brands, we're going back to Mixler. I know, 3rd time on this list already. These guys actually have 3 different tire preps that are going to fall under that $25 price point. And the best part about Mixler is their stuff is actually odorless and non-toxic. So if you run a track that has an odor rule on tire prep, these guys may be worth giving a look to. And they offer stuff for carpet and outdoor asphalt racing for both rubber and foam tires. And take your health into account, some of the tire preps out there are absolutely nasty and you definitely should not be breathing them in. This stuff's gonna be a little bit better, and if you're a cheater or into cheating and your track doesn't allow tire prep, being odorless, do what you gotta do. Moving on, we're going back to one of our own tools once again. This one is super sweet and trick as well, and it's actually going to be our crosshair body mounting set. Now this is for 10th scale vehicles. We are working on an 8th scale set also. You stick the one bigger end on your body post, stick a body clip through it, and then you have these little magnets with grips on the outside, and they're hollow in the center. So you stick them on the outside of your body. It's going to align the whole thing perfectly, get it exactly where you want it, and then you can stick your Sharpie right through the hole and mark your body. So if you're in on-road racing and you need an exact mounting position for your body, this is a great tool to use. Or you're trying to mount up a already painted body on something new, these can be an absolute lifesaver and make it so you don't have to drill the hole twice. We should have used this on the Luis LDX video we had in the last one, but we didn't because we're dumb. We could have saved ourselves a couple holes in the body. Up next is a tool for all you nitro guys, and that's going to be a glow plug igniter. Currently, the HSP 3600 milliamp battery powered glow igniter that is rechargeable is available for $9.99 on our website, and this thing actually ships for free. It does not include a charger, so if you're a first timer to nitro and you need something, just pick up something that already has a charger included. But the really cool thing about this glow igniter, it is actually the 3600 milliamp battery. It's not the 18 or 1600 that you'll see a lot of these for sale online. This is the bigger version, and it's going to give you a lot more charges before you have to recharge the igniter. And we are heading right over to another cool tool with free shipping, and that's going to be our pinion gear puller. Now this thing is also super trick like our other tools, and it's going to allow you to safely get off pinion gears for most 18th scale, 10th scale, and 8th scale vehicles, as well as having a T-handle wrench up top that will take care of both 2 and 3 millimeter hex screws. The pinion puller is available for $14.99 and ships for free. Switching it up to the swag category, we're now looking at hats, baby. That's right, and we do have our new Naughty Boy RC hat that is now available on the website. And we also have some other cool hats from vendors such as Savox that has a really nice bright orange, and T-Works that has this flat bill snapback with a really cool TW logo with the screw. And keep checking that hat tab because we're going to continuously be adding more to that section, and so far all of them are under $25. Before we move on to the next item, please make sure you smash that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel and we greatly appreciate it, so we can keep bringing you good deals like these. And if you thought the swag ended there, joke's on you because it did not. If you've kept up to date with our latest videos, you know we recently came out with our own scale mini banners. These things are freaking sweet and a great way to spice up your crawler course at home, RC track, or anything else in between. even hang on the wall over your workbench. They're super sweet and they're only $6.99 a piece. The next item on our list is pretty much a necessity for drag, oval, and off-road 10th scale racing, and that's going to be bullet connectors. Pretty much everyone runs these unless you're running some kind of spec class. And we have two main variations of connectors that come in different sizes. We have our standard grips that are going to be held on with a set screw, and if you're a little tighter on space or just want to save a little more weight, we also do have a low profile version that you're just going to solder the cap right on there. Either way though, they're going to come with an anodized aluminum red and black little cap to go on there, otherwise known as a grip, and each is going to be available in 4 and 5 millimeters, as well as a 4 to 5 step-up variation. The best part is our bullet plugs are actually some of the cheapest on the market at only $10.99 a pair. Now, no matter what the scale, if you're doing some soldering on your RC vehicle, you're going to need solder, obviously. And thankfully, we have two offerings from T-Works that are both super affordable and really good product. We have their standard 15-gram tube of solder. It's gonna come in at 1 millimeter thick, and it's only $3.99 a tube. Now, if you wanna take things up a notch, we do have their 3% silver solder wire. It's their premium version, and that is only gonna come in at $6.99 a tube in that 15-gram size, 1 millimeter thick. Both options are a very economical way to make sure your connectors don't fall off. Now, delivering lots of power to your wheels is great and all, but if you have no way to steer that vehicle, the power is basically rendered useless. So, you may want to upgrade your servo horn. And for just $7.99, you can upgrade to an aluminum anodized, low profile, lightweight servo horn from us here at Naughty Boy RC. It is the clamping style with the little set screw, and it comes in 25 turns, so it's going to fit most brands of servos on the market, including Savox, SRT, Futaba, ProTech, and more. And while it's just the 25 tooth available now, we are working on 23 and 24 tooth options also. Now, another really trick product to help bling out your RC is going to be our wire clamps. They come in red, black, and this really cool dark anodized blue. They're gonna come in a 2-pack of whatever color you choose for $13.99, and they're a great way to help organize the wires in your RC, add a little bling, trick it out, and will help solve all your wire organization needs for 12 to 14 gauge wire. Now, going back to T-Works, this one is a little bit more class specific, and this is gonna be their 8-pack of buggy wheels. While they do offer a very cheap and economical 2-pack that's going to take care of most of your needs, if you do a lot of racing or glue up multiple sets of tires at a time, you know the wheel bill can get pretty expensive fairly quick. Thankfully, T-Works remedies this. These are coming in at $24.99 for an 8-pack, which makes these one of, if not the best deals on 10th scale buggy wheels. They're available in white and yellow, and they're going to come in buggy rears, buggy 2-wheel drive front, 4-wheel drive front, and slim options also. Now, moving on to the last item on our list today, we're gonna keep with the T-Works brand of items and move on to their sensor wires. These things are really cool. They're available in red, white, and blue in multiple sizes. Currently, we stock the 80, 120, and 170 millimeter options, but we will be adding more in the future. They not only look good and can help bling out your RC, they perform really well, and currently the most expensive option is that 170 millimeter at $4.99, and they only get cheaper as the length goes down. So I hope you enjoyed our gift ideas and this little presentation for you all. This just goes to show there is a lot of options out there that most RC enthusiasts can enjoy, especially in the car and truck vehicle world, without breaking the bank. You don't have to buy the RC lover in your life a new vehicle every year. I know they would appreciate it. I don't think anyone would complain, but the economy is definitely tough out there. We feel you guys, and we just wanted to suggest some options that are affordable, could make great stocking stuffers, or a wonderful gift under the tree. If you want to see more list type videos or gift ideas, be sure to drop a comment down below and let us know. And as a reminder, all these products will be linked down in the description below, or you can always visit us on our website, www.naughtyboyrc.com. And remember, keep it naughty.